MJ Pog is back because we're going to hit the hoops today with basketball for your Atari 8-bit computer. Let's go ahead and take basketball. Let's pop it in my 800 XL and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Basketball was published by Atari and, according to MobyGames.com, was released in 1979. It was also included on the Atari 400 Mini, which just came out here in 2024. Basketball was based on the Atari 2600 version, which came out a year earlier, with both being done by legendary programmer Alan Miller. Atari also released an arcade version of basketball which resembles the 8-bit version, although it is in black and white, only supports 2 players, and used a large trackball to move your player. The back of the box says the following: you can dribble, shoot, pass, block shots, and even make steals. 5 different game variations allow 1, 2, 3, or 4 players to compete. Basketball is for 1 to 4 players with 1 standard mode of difficulty. As the box says, it has 5 game variations. Game 1 is a one-on-one single-player game against the computer, with you playing as a home team, shooting at the left basket. Game 2 is a 2-on-2 two-player game with both human players on the home team facing 2 computer-controlled players. The next 3 modes will not work on XE or XL models since they require the 3rd and sometimes 4th controller ports, which aren't included on those models. Game 3 is a 2-on-2 3-player game with 2 human players on the home team and 1 player teaming up with the computer on the visiting team using the 3rd port for the joystick. Game 4 is a 2-on-2 game, all human-controlled players. Game 5 is a one-on-one game for 2 players, but uses controller port 2 for the home player and controller port 3 for the visiting player. Each game lasts 4 minutes, with the clock never stopping and no overtime, so games can end in a tie. The game freezes when the clock runs out, so last-second shots can freeze in midair. Every basket is worth 2 points no matter where you shoot it from, and there are no fouls or timeouts. There is no true passing in a 2-player game, but you can catch your teammates' air ball or even steal it from them. For the controls, you move your man with the joystick, and when you have the ball, you hold down the button to begin a shooting motion to aim, and releasing the button to shoot the ball. On defense, you can jump with the button and try to block shots. You can also steal the ball if you're perfectly lined up with the opposing player and touch the ball in mid-dribble. Both the graphics and the sound are pretty basic, which makes sense since this is an early release, but the graphics have been improved from the 2600 original. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceChart.com, the game has a value of $6 loose, $17 complete, and $33 new. So what do I think of basketball for the Atari 8-bit computers? First of all, I'd like to recognize how this game helped pave the way for later basketball games like NBA Jam. It was, in a way, pretty groundbreaking when it came out, but is it worth playing today? I'd say, yeah. It's basic in setup, but it's easy to pick up and play. And even with only 1 single difficulty, the computer is very challenging, at least for me. Games always felt close to the point where sometimes I wondered if the computer gets an edge if it's behind it all. I'm playing on the 800 XL, so I couldn't try the one-on-one 2-player mode, but playing with another person 2-on-2 against a computer was more fun than I expected, even though it can feel chaotic at times, and sometimes I lost my player in the crowd. Overall, while it's not the deepest game, it's still fun today, in spurts, and is a worthy addition to any Atari 8-bit collection. So where am I going to rank basketball for the Atari 8-bit line of computers? Since my rankings are based on my own personal enjoyment of the games as a single player, and since I find it a fun game to play here and there, I'm going to put it among some other enjoyable titles. I do like Q*bert more at 12, but personally, I'm going to give it a slight edge over Star Wars, the arcade game, at 13. So out of the 24 games that now rank for the Atari 8-bit computers, basketball is hitting the hoop at the 13th position. Basketball may be old, but can still bring some enjoyment to the court. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy videos such as this one and you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and for mega supporters, either become a channel member or sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, everybody.